So, thank you everybody for your patience. This is Paul Pedron. I'm product manager for the ZENworks portfolio doing the ZENcast Live. ZENcast Live is for admins, ZENworks, or anybody that is interested in ZENworks. And we meet the first and third Tuesday of every month at 9 o'clock. Different topics happen, and we're happy to share them with you as we go through these different topics. We'd like to be able to get what you're looking for. So feel free to let us know what those are by emailing at zen@microfocus.com or zen@opentext.com now. Let's do a little bit of house cleaning, channel house cleaning tips. Be sure to log into YouTube and you'll be able to get the downloads and you can chat live, ask us questions. Even if they're off topic, feel free to shout out. Subscribe to the notifications, and if you're watching the video, you'll see in the description that there are the download links in the description of this particular ZENcast. Also provide comments and likes and unlikes. Make sure that we're on task for what we're providing for you in this forum. Again, best viewing is at Auto 720p 60, and description in post descriptions, like I said, is in the posted video with links and references to PDFs so that you can follow along. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat for today's presentation, and it is here. And let me put that in chat. Oh, it's over there. It's on my other machine. Hang on a second. I'll have to put it in the description today. You'll have to come back and get that because my couple of difficulties this morning. So I'll make sure it's in the references. If you pop back in on this recording, you'll see the downloads for both today's presentation and the collateral resources that we're going to have displayed. Okay, so I apologize for not having that readily available. As we go through this, we are, let's see, whoops. So let's cover a little bit of tidbits and crumbs. We got some tids out there. Again, be sure to, if you're working with ZSD, be sure to look at the customization cookbook. There's always changes. I added 10 new tids out there, as well as I'm going to add another 8 this next week. So you'll have some fresh new scenarios or troubleshooting or whatever in the ZSD. ZCM Master Debug logging is getting updated and does have some new references in it. You'll see the troubleshoot, download, install ZPM or policy contents on Windows TID out there. That's fairly new. Actually, that was new this week. And then the rest were new last week and farther out. So be aware that those things are out there. These links are very important. Single link to many TIDs, which makes it easier for you as you manage your system. Again, the bits down below has things about the vertical tool, patch feeds, and so forth. So be conscious of those particular areas. Um, some of the crumbs that we have is monthly webinar topics, hybrid workspaces technical training. There's a ZSD blog out there. There's also a release for hybrid workspaces 2311 that's out there, and a blog that was released just, I think, yesterday. Um, Open Text World is coming. So if you're out in London or the Europe area, know that Open Text World is running uh, actually this week. So once you can register, and they should have some things online. If you can't make it personally, you can always register online and see what's going on, get some of the presentations, and understand what OpenText is doing in the AI community as well as in their different products. Okay, and that's this particular link here. They're going to actually be going to London, Munich, Paris. So um, they're traveling around over there in Europe. And then also some did you knows. There is a 2020 U3 life cycle ended, and it ended January 31st. So if you're not on the 24 version, be sure to start headed that way. Give us a call if you need help. But if we go to the life cycle page, ZENworks. Type that in. It'll give you ZENworks down here. So here's your 23X. So the last one we had was, let me bring this a little bit bigger. You could see update 3 was the last one for ZCM 2020, and then we're in the 23X. So get on the 23X so that you have full support, and we can help you get there if you give us a call. Okay, or look through the documentation. There are some cookbooks out there as well as the documentation to upgrade. Okay. The other thing is old patch feed coming down to the wire, May 31st, 2024. We are uh, moving from the legacy patch management to the advanced patch feed. And so if you're on the legacy after May 31st, June 1, you won't be getting any more patches. So make sure you make that migration. We did a ZENcast a little while ago, and Darren showed us how to upgrade that as well as some different nuances about the uh, advanced patch feed. But make sure you get moved over before May 31st or June 1 so that you don't have any missed patches. It's more robust. This particular link tells you the different things. There's introductions and videos on how to do that, as well as one of the ZENcasts. If you have any questions, feel free to call us at or email us at zen@microfocus.com, and we can help lead the way for you. The other thing is the Windows primary server end of life. So if you have a Windows primary server in your zone, you'll be able to be on ZENworks 23.4, and you won't be able to go any higher in the levels to get those new features until you get that Windows primary server out of your zone and you basically migrate it to Linux or an appliance. And there are ways of doing that. There's documentation. I did a ZENcast on it, as well as there should be a tool coming out soon for that as well. This particular link shows us what and why, and it can answer most of your questions that you're looking for. Again, if you have any more questions, feel free to email us, but you will be able to stay on 23.4 through November 2026. So it's not like an immediate thing. If you're there at 23.4 and have a Windows primary server, schedule it out, plan it, and get assistance where needed, and you know, get it in this year, next year, but November 2026 will be the deadline, long-term support for 23.4. So, but we'll help you along the way if you need that. ZSD Appliance, first release of the year. ZSD 24.1, we had a question about, I don't see it in my SLD. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not in my online updates. Well, because it's in SLD. You bring down another image and do a side-by-side migration for 24.1. Just a shout out regarding that issue. Let's do a little recap. ZCM bundle creations. Last time we had Craig Wilson, the backline support on. He talked about the Windows Store, how to actually deploy bundles from the Windows Store, and some complex bundles. We talked a little bit about PowerShell and MSI deployments and how we can get the codes or the switches and all that stuff. So it was really a good session. And of course, bundle creations, or bundle anatomy, I call it, is always a good one to reference to see what's up and new. One thing that we did want to make sure is that you test, right? So that you can make sure that bundle fits all the different variables that might be on the machines you're deploying it to. But we talked a little about system requirements and return codes and so forth. I didn't know you could put a star next to the return codes just to accept all of them. But and then this particular presentation has Craig Wilson's bookmarks. Craig Wilson um, has responds on the forums quite regularly, assists in the bundle creations and so forth, and backline support, and really helps out. Very knowledgeable, and he has a bunch of links in that particular bookmark to different bundle areas that he has written, and blogs and discussions and so forth. So just so that you're aware that that's there. Today we're going to be covering some resources and references in ZENworks. Now, one of the biggest things is trying to get information about the ZENworks products. As I went throughout Europe back in February and March, the PMs went out and we were talking with customers, and we know that this is an issue as far as getting information. So we decided to put together a document that would create a bunch of different links, a single location for all the links that are available for ZENworks. One thing that I passed through, I was talking to the community owner that takes care of the web pages for the community, and she says, "Oh, Paul," she said, "let me try and get there. Hang on, ZENworks. Yeah, there it is." She said, "Were you aware of the ZENworks resources on the right?" Now, I've noticed this, but I never selected each one. But this is a great resource. Okay, so if you just go to the community, you can get to almost anything there. We're going to have one more main page that's going to display these plus others, things about open text and that type of thing. But we're going to have so just understand that we have this on every home page. Even if I believe if we were to go into, let's say, service desk, see it's on the right hand side, and this will take you to the support portal or the YouTube channels and those types of things. So um, I often just go drill in because I'm focused on the community ideas or discussions, but this is a great resource, which is right at our fingertips. And we're going to have one more main page, so it's not just off to the side. It'll be visible. Coming soon to a station near you. Um, so let's go. So that's, I wanted to make sure that you're aware of the different things. So today we're going to be bringing on some we're going to be displaying some resources. We also have Thomas Stimper. Hi, Thomas. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Paul.
Glad to
Glad
have
to
you.
glad to be here. Yeah,
Yes,
glad to be
yes.
here.
And so Thomas is Thomas or Tomas?
Tom, Thomas,
Thomas. Okay. Okay.
Thomas in German. Yeah.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Thank you. And so Thomas is a partner, and he is working on developing some training. And so this is what's happening with our partners, and we're trying to reinforce training for the ZenWorks community. And so Thomas, we wanted to have you aboard to kind of get what you've seen because you're in front of the customers looking for what they're looking for, right? They're calling you to get resources. And so what are some of those resources that you've seen that people want? I mean, there's things like self-study or just documentation, or even like we've had in the old Novell days, we had instructor led and so forth. So what have you seen in the community?
Uh, the interesting point is yes, you know, we had instructor-led trainings in the past, and often customers and also partners were attending this trainings. And in the past, you had typically so 3 or 5 day trainings. You were aware for 5 days from your office and learning something. And this is something I think that changed a bit. Now, in the past, I think the time for 5 day courses are over. I think nobody has time these days to spend 5 days of a
Break
week
away for five
to
days, yeah.
yeah. That's really a problem. 3 days is something which many people can manage.
They're
So
doable.
then yeah, this is doable, and a 1 day training is easy for much of us.
Sure,
I think for most of
sure.
us. And we found that customers ask us when they get new administrators, then where can I get a training? Of course, we are working closely with the customer to teach them by doing something with them together or for them, teach them basics of ZenWorks. But it's not the point. You need to be able to attend a basic training, or you have self-study courses or something like that where you can sit down and play around with your workstations, with your ZENworks administrator, with your appliance, and then try this out. And you documentation is perfect, yeah. TIDs are perfect, but sometimes you need a bit of guidance,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
You need
Yeah,
you need to be able to talk to somebody who is outside of your office, no? Or
sure,
the point of the open text products, especially also ZENworks, they are very efficient. Yeah? You do not need so much people to maintain perhaps thousands of workstations. Yeah? And you do not have so many colleagues in your own company, so you need to connect to somebody who does the same job, but perhaps in another company. And this is what what is what the people are asking for, no?
sure, sure.
Connecting to people, no? Which they can work together and learn and train together.
And that's
Yeah,
where you're
that's something.
saying the TIDs are good, the documentation's there. Sometimes
Mm,
weeding through some of that stuff makes it difficult, but if you have your peers being able to connect with you,
mm,
they
mm,
may have experienced it and be able to you learn off of each other in that
mm,
fashion. So
mm,
yeah,
mm.
that's and of course ZenWorks is a very efficient product, so getting the most out of ZenWorks is what we want, right? And making it
Yeah.
efficient and productive, right?
Mm,
So
mm,
yeah, that's what we want to make sure we do. We do have a list of different um, uh, resources out there. One of them
mm, mm,
is what you're doing for the
mm,
community, which is some training that you're putting together. Open Texas is overseeing some training efforts that the partners are doing to be able
mm.
to provide some training again in the community. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
And
So
so,
we are working strongly together with Open Text product management, with you, with Darren, also with Ron and Oliver, which are both providing content, and we are creating the manuals, and we have the training environment where people can attend virtually. So that doesn't it, we need to this needs to fit somehow in our time zones, so that we can do have an attendee who can train with our environment.
so
But
you're referring to technical training, virtual, but instructor led,
yeah, yeah.
and you're in Europe, right?
We are in Europe, and just now, uh, this is now 9 a.m. for you. Yes, this is 9 a.m. for
Right.
you,
Yeah.
and we just thought about when we would work with somebody from US, or when we would do a training for this area or that time zone. Yep. We would simply do half-day trainings, yeah. So that would be okay for us and still okay for somebody in US. So this is something which is doable. And the easiest way is, of course, in principle, if we are in the same time zone, or if we would have a dedicated partner in another time zone, which also would be part of the program, and would use this training material, and perhaps use the lab, and then train in his time zone. So this
Absolutely.
is
Yeah. Yeah. And
this is
we're
something which we
looking.
reach now.
Yeah,
Mm,
we're looking at other partners in the US as well and in
mm,
Asia
mm,
Pac
mm.
so that we can get time zone related training, and this training would be getting broader. Now not to get everybody too excited about this, we're in the prototype stage. We've done
Yeah.
a training session, it sounds like, and we're massaging the data so that in the material so that we can release it in full force. But um, we we just wanted to make sure that this resource is coming,
Mm,
and
mm,
you're actively working on it as well as other partners so that we can
mm,
deliver
mm.
this. Because I think one of the biggest problems is in order to improve productivity and efficiency, you need to know about the product and all the details. There are so many nuances in the different products, and
Mm-hmm.
that you could become more efficient if you knew about more of them. And so having modular training online as well as instructor training that you're providing is of
Mm-hmm.
great benefit. So um,
There, there is also a point then, I'm working in the ZENworks area for 25, 27 years.
sure.
And how old is ZENworks? 27, 20.
Yep,
I
right around
started with
there.
ZENworks, yeah, with ZENworks Starter Pack 2. This was my first
Okay.
when I
Yeah.
started with this. And I know many people out there, and they many are retiring now,
Yes.
or have only five years or so, no? And there are new people out there, no? And when you have a very efficient system and you do not need many people to maintain it, then it's difficult to get new people trained, because if it's efficient, then then simply not enough to do. Yeah,
Right. Right.
this is something. I it, ZENworks is nothing which works on its own. It's of course it need to be some configuration, some training, but you can do so much with ZENworks, no? And now then we need to train new people, no? And need to we are in this market for years. We need to train the new people that they become familiar with the product, no? And the customers and the users get the power and the efficiency out of the product. Yeah,
For sure.
and yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, and
We
you
we
and you
are
have you have other trainings as well, right? I mean, it's not just ZenWorks. You,
it's not just ZENworks.
I
We
mean,
we
we're
started.
we're working on other products as well. So what other ones have
Yeah,
you seen?
we started in 2017 with official trainings, and this started with Groupwise, no?
Ah, yeah.
Groupwise area, Guava also retain, and later we just last week we had 3 days of Filer deep dive, SQL statements, and really looking at the interns and in the internals of the product, and that was very useful. So Filer is a product. We had Open Enterprise Server deployment with ZENworks. That's really great. Yeah? With
Hmm.
AutoYast, ZENworks, AutoYast, Open Enterprise Server deployment. Then we had retain best practices. We had secure messaging gateway, which is our security, anti-spam, anti-malware product, Monsip, which is we can use to protect Groupwise or Exchange or other systems. Then Groupwise, ZENworks, of course, ZENworks update. We have in starting in May, we have the third one of our mobile device management training, 2 days, no?
Okay.
Which is This is really connected to the internet, where an attendee can use his own phone, no, to connect it, to play around it. So this is something when you are trying to set up a lab to test something. Yeah, this is you need a domain, you need the Apple Business Manager, you need Google accounts, you need certificates, email needs
Right.
to be functioned just to but you need all this infrastructure just to train ZENworks mobile management. Yeah.
Yes. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to incorporate, give customers an avenue to be able to address and have a hands-on, knowing what having that environment all pre-set up so that they can learn about it and then
Yeah,
implement.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, 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 yeah.
absolutely. Well, that's great. Yeah. We just to announce that we are moving this direction. We want to let the audience know that this is very important to us because we feel that it's the life of the product, being able to learn. And like Tomas said, people retire, they need to pass on that knowledge. Knowledge transfer is key. And
Mm,
one, you have knowledge transfer of the ZenWorks, and then two, you have knowledge transfer of their environment because it can be completely different, as we know.
yeah,
It's such a
mm,
flexible tool. Um,
mm.
but we are ramping this up. And so what else have you seen as far as we've seen customers that are looking for, mentioned 3-day training.
Mm.
Is this training virtual? Is it virtual? Is it instructor led? Do you have classrooms to go to if they're in your area? What is the details on that?
So the computer lab setup is in our data center, so it's connected hinter the behind an high-speed internet connection, so it's reachable using the internet. But you can, of course, come to us into the classroom and meet us in person. Then you sit, or sometimes we just use a hotel room, a conference room, sitting there with our laptops, and we are always working on the virtual machines. So when you come to us or attend remotely, the lab is already up and running. No copy of virtual machines and so on. So
Right.
that all this that we do not. So we start 9 a.m. and then we can start. So all is ready. No?
Okay.
And this is very good. And we have people they like to attend in person, no? Because they like to have dinner with us and talk after the dinner, and so that they like just this physical interaction. And we have also people, they say, it's okay, I'm at home, I have my 3 monitors here, I have my own coffee or my own tea, and this is great, and I like to be in a conference. This is we just doing a conference call. Just do
Sure.
it. We're doing a conference call. We all speaking with each other. We do not want to have more than 8 people, because if somebody there's an error, or then we need to work together on what happens with a specific configuration. No?
Certainly.
Yeah. Then you share the screen, work on it,
Together.
and we
Diagnose
work
it,
on it
troubleshoot it.
together.
Hmm.
Yeah. This is like you have experienced, and sometimes experienced or not so experienced people, or people they are new to the product, and then the experienced people simply, this is interesting, teach the new attendees also from their experience. Yeah.
Oh,
So this is
absolutely.
interaction. This is really great.
Well, and
Yeah.
and the new people are very important to understand how intuitive the product is, because if they can
Yeah.
catch
Yeah.
on, the faster they can catch on, the more intuitive the product is,
Mm-hmm.
making it easier
Mm.
for newer people. But if
Yeah.
so, with them fumbling and not being able to find something, that gives us a great insight on what needs to be improved in the product. So absolutely, I think it goes both ways, being able to learn
Mm-hmm.
from their peers as well as the new people giving us that same feedback. So that's awesome.
Mm.
Well, this is
Mm.
this is yeah, we're reaching out to partners to be able to expand this particular training. Um, and so we appreciate what you've done and how you've been prototyping this and getting this going. I think it's uh, just something we haven't had for a very long time, and is so necessary.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
And we should always, yeah, our focus is the end user out there, ne? The end user who we helping end users being productive every day, no? By
exactly.
managing their devices with ZENworks. And this is a well-trained administrator, no? You train one administrator for perhaps, we have one customer, there's one administrator for 2,300 users. No? If we train him, no, and his work saves 1 minute or 5 minutes, no, every day or perhaps every week for 2,000 people, just count the numbers. No? Just
Sure.
count the numbers. No?
Yep. And that's the other side of it is you could be using 70-80% of the product, but that last 20% can improve that efficiency for the end user even more,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's awesome. Well, that's good to know that we have. I just wanted to make sure the audience knew that we do have this in the works,
Mm.
and that this is something that is being actively developed. And I say developed because it isn't prime time yet, but it's
Mm,
we've had some prototype runs
mm.
on it, so that's fantastic.
Perhaps some what one point what I would like to add, because prototyping and so we had this discussion before, just with my colleague Heiko. We does okay, yeah, we are not ready or it's not finished, and so then I told you it's never finished, and
Right.
it's never finished. The courses are always uh, on
Evolving.
point, involving and adjusting and updating. And we have just a running joke then when you say, okay, would you do the January training in February? No, the January training is in January, and in February you will get a new training because it's updated again.
Yeah, because you learn things in January that you can improve upon it in February. So yes,
Yes,
it's
yes,
constantly evolving for sure,
yeah,
and that's the beauty about it. So that's where the organization that has been put in place, as well as the product modules, and we've had partners, yourself looking at this, you and a couple other
mm,
partners. We've had the PMs looking at this, we've had the SEs looking at this, and developers. So we're trying to get it right the first time out of the gate, at least to
mm,
have a foundation, and once we get that foundation we can expand on features and so forth. So
yeah.
I'm excited for the training that's coming down the pike. Um, just looking forward to um, seeing more of it and assisting with any of the modules that we need. Now, we started focusing for the ZENworks portfolio. We focused on ZCM. Are the other products coming as well, like ZSD and ZRS and so forth? Do we plan on that?
Honestly, I have CSD on the agenda.
Perfect. Okay, that answers
I
that then.
think
That's great.
yes. I think let me check. I think it's later this year,
Okay.
because we cannot do all at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it's in July. July, yes.
Okay. So July
One
for
day in July,
ZSD.
yes. Yeah.
Um, and so that's good that we're not just, I mean, like you said, you had Filer, you have GroupWise, you have OES, so
Mm-hmm,
you're able
mm-hmm,
to you're getting information out, which is the key point of this particular ZenCast, is those references and those details that we're looking for, or customers are looking for, to just know what's going on with the product and how
mm-hmm,
to
mm-hmm.
configure it for their environment, right?
Yeah.
So
And just what I thought about this, we reached the first year of having every month a training week. Ne? We do not training in February, but in all other months we had a training week. No?
very good.
And this is started in March last year.
Well, that's a big challenge, and I'm so glad that you've been able to help take that on with as one of our partners, our prime partners. So
Mm,
we appreciate you having being on and helping develop this, and really
mm,
focusing in on the importance of training for our ZenWorks community. Um,
mm,
yeah, I have a few other slides. I don't know if
mm.
you're able to visibly see them, but I'm going to go through them,
Yeah, I
and
see them. I see them.
feel free to chime in if you need to. I'm
Mm,
going to go ahead and walk through those real quick. Okay, so
mm,
we have some. I put up a. This is this particular document. Sorry, this particular document's going to be in. My mouse wants to double click all the time. See, look at that. This is going to be in the ZenWorks. I'm sorry, in this ZenCast description, the download for this particular document. And like I mentioned before, we're also going to have different a page dedicated just to this. But
mm,
let me go over. I'm going to move this aside, and it'll cover everything from the customer portal to software license download, as well and how to log in and so forth. So that's getting your product right, and then you have the knowledge base, the TIDs, being able to see different issues that might arise with the product. So if we were to do cookbook, it'll show up. And then with that, we have the product support life cycle. Oops, I didn't log in on that one. So, but you guys have seen it. So this will have all the links necessary. The other thing that I think is might be there that people aren't aware of is the what's your version, or we call this the lookbook, because the lookbooks have for each of the product, they have the basics of that particular version. Watch and why, how to upgrade, learn what's new. So it has the flyers, it has the white papers, the blogs to the latest version of that particular product. So this is basically ZENworks, and it even has some customer use stories. But you have all the details here, including videos on how to upgrade and so forth. So if we went to ZenWorks Service Desk, only because I'm more familiar with that one than the ZenWorks one, we have the overview here. You also have the solutions, products, services, partners. So sometimes I feel that it's hard to remember where to find certain things within the pages. And so that's why we're going to be putting this list of resources together. Um, uh, Product overviews, which we just saw, you can pick any of the products from here. It goes all the way through all the products, filer, GroupWise, Service Desk. You'd see that particular product there. And you can get some trials here as well. Some of the things that are in, so we talked about what's coming as far as training and so forth. I did want to cover some of the in product documentation and information and other tools. So there's a slew of things that we could look at in, like, for instance, ZenWorks, to get some of that information. And you're probably aware of it, but I took advantage when I was an administrator of ZenWorks. I took advantage of this all the time. Um, I went ahead, if you're going to bundles and you're looking at, a particular bundle and you decide, oh, what, let me open up this bundle. And if we were to go ahead and uh, the help gives us about this page, right? So this is general. I'll give you general here. And then the message log will be the message log here. So you can actually get details of, sorry, my mouse is double clicking. It's really annoying today. It's in the background. Is it there? Yeah, so a message log. Okay, so it gives you the details about that particular specific page, which is really important, that might be very helpful to you. And that's on ZenWorks configuration management. Also, the other thing on ZenWorks configuration management, if we go to, actually it's home, you have the Z News, and we'll announce things here as well in the Z News. Waiting for it to go over. Different things
We,
about the alerts. Yeah.
yeah, we announced also the trainings in the C notes, send notes news.
Absolutely, yes. So the Z News will have alerts for training, not just for patches, which you see some of those, but you see the end of support for Windows servers here. So
Mhm.
announcements and those types of things as well. So it's very important that you do double check this. You can always refresh it here. You can also categorize it depending support or system updates. So that's pretty handy as well, the Z News. And then you have the inline help. You have the getting started guide as well, which is, oops, I just passed it. Home. Getting start. So you got to getting started. You got to submit an idea, which takes you to the ideas exchange. You're in. You're working on ZCM, and you go, I wish it would really do that. You can go right to the submit an idea while it's fresh in your mind. Give some screenshots, some examples, and put it right there. Also visit the ZenWorks community. One thing we do recommend is that you look at this to be able to go through some of your steps to configure your system. If you're still working on the ZenWorks agent, trying to discover, you can learn more here. So there's videos, sometimes there's documentations or discussion points. So those are very handy. One thing about Service Desk, I thought I had Service Desk open. Here it is. Nope, that's not open. Yeah, right here. So one thing about Service Desk, maybe I got that wrong. Let's go. Oh, I do have it wrong. Which one is this? Oh, this is the wrong one. Hang on. I thought I had one here. Oh, I can do this then. I'll just show you.
That
Super.
service desk, that's the interesting point about service desk is that every ZENworks configuration customer have it now, and
Yes.
not so many are knowing this or realizing this, and service desk is one of the product where this is just add service desk to your ZENworks configuration environment and get much more out of it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Your
this is.
asset import.
Mm,
Yep. Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing. If you don't have a ticketing system or you want to try, if you're looking for a new ticketing system and you own
mm,
ZenWorks,
mm,
you own
mm.
2 licenses to Service Desk so that you
Yeah.
can readily set it up and see if that's something you want to do. And it's very, very flexible, almost so
Mm, mm,
flexible that it's trying to find where some of these details are. Privileges is my
mm,
favorite. One thing about
mm,
the next release is we're going to expose all of the privileges. You'll see that up and coming in a video. But what I
mm,
wanted to show you is the help. It'll take you to, we're on the privileges page, it'll take you directly to that privileges documentation. So again, trying to find those resources, the help button is great. If we were to move over to localization and we hit the help, it'll take us to the localization page. So
mm,
um, be aware that that is very handy to be able to get information out of that product. Um, and the other thing about ZenWorks, yeah, and then it has a getting started page as well. So um, some of the community, we'll have a link to the community, which gives you obviously the blogs and the portfolios, portfolio blogs, discussions, and exchange ideas. Um, And this list from this page, it lists all the different products. You can go into the individual ones. It has tips and news. So be sure to know where you're going. If you're looking for something in particular on full disk encryption, you can go directly there and look at discussions. Also, please utilize the discussions. We give
mm,
answers. We give people will post, "Hey, I'm getting this error. What's going on?" People will respond. Other people will chime in, so your peers are chiming in. It's another way of working with your peers as well, and in those areas. Um, the other thing is OpenText YouTube channel, the OpenText support and training. We are live now here, but you can see that if we go down to IM&G, Unified Endpoint Management, we have ZENcast, ZenWorks, Service Desk, Microfocus Connect, and Hybrid Workspaces. So anything pertaining to these 4 products will be in there, as well as all the ZenCasts will be here. So it makes it easy to find those, because not just ZenCasts are in here, but also training will be in here, like what's new, videos, upgrade videos, and so forth. And then don't forget about the legacy webinars that we had back, we're talking 2000 days and earlier. Now, you might ask, well, why am I bringing that up? Because the product is evolving. We haven't really taken too much of these um, features out. We've only been adding to them. So it gives you a good understanding. Even if you're doing Android Enterprise, it might have changed a little bit, but this will give you a good insight on what's going on from a technical specialist. Jason Black has set up this particular page, and he could have had guests for any amount of reasons or specialties and skill sets. So be aware that these legacy webinars are there, as well as the TTP, Technical Training Partners, is out there. They have weekend workshops and conferences, one in each region, one in Europe, one in US, one in Asia Pac each year. So if you can attend, great. If not, you can always get the recent posts and the different presentations that were going on those products as well. Um, and one last one I want to, I'm looking for it here. It's down here. ZENworks Community Training. Um, Formal training. Here we go. So there is some older academic training that is there. Now this is 2017. There's Service Desk 8 and so forth in here. This is kind of what we're reviving that I was talking with Tomas about, reviving these particular trainings. So you can go out here and find these trainings. Come on now, go away, go away. Let me go here. I'll go to ZENworks at the top. ZENworks. Some of them are free, some of them are old, have some cost behind them. But again,
Mm.
um, you're reviving this one here, which is a ZENworks administration. Um, but we have others out here as well as Service Desk, which is this particular one is digital learning as well, which is zero cost. But this is what we're trying to do is bring these, revive these, and get them updated to the latest versions. And
Mm.
they're modular. You can do them anytime you wish, which really makes it convenient. You can have your staff do them at a particular time, or spend time on them. So that's one. And then finally, the academic programs. If you're in academia, you can partner with us to to have some licensed programs, be able to download our product so that you can teach on it or learn about it so that you can teach from it. So there's different things, and you see again, there's technical transfer partners is in there, help leading the way for the academia side of managing the learning side to open text. So perfect. Okay, well, we are coming down. I don't have any questions in chat. I do not see any other details, but do know that we are going to have this particular um, links, and it's ever growing. We will have a dedicated page for that. Do know that you can get to them through the one of these through the support forums, and you'll be able to uh, get to the different resources. So there are a lot of resources out there. We want to consolidate them to a single location so that you can find them easily. And that's what we're driving towards, as well as getting the training out there on the product itself, which is what Tomas is working hard towards with our part as our partner. So
Yeah.
um, I don't have anything else but a couple more slides to present. Let me go through those real quick. We went through some resources. These are also on that video list, but you'll be able to get this in the description and download this particular presentation if you're looking for anything in here. Um, and then, oh, the one thing I didn't do, we also have the ZENcast on demand, as well as, I don't see the link here. Oh, community webinars. So we also have community webinars once a month for ZENworks. Filer, I think it's in a following. Oops, didn't want to do the upgrade cookbook. Hang on. My mouse is annoying me today. So we have community webinar recordings. So these are recent, 2023 all the way through April 2024. This month we're going to do partner ENGL and what they're putting into the product, or integrating in with the product. So this is your UAM monthly update call recordings. So that's been going on for over a year now. So those are monthly. And so on top of Tomas's training, or partner training, as well as ZENcast, and being able to answer questions on the discussion forums and so forth. So we want to make sure that you get your answers and that you're heard, and we're trying hard to do that. So feel free to email us at zen@microfocus or zen@opentext.com, and we'd be happy to do that. We do have a ZENcast live upcoming schedule. You can always see what's coming up. So we had bundle details last time. This is getting things done with ZENworks, learning about those support resources. We have other things coming up soon, as well as all the different ZENcasts and webinars that have been posted. Okay, and easy way to do this is to find, and let's say imaging, and you'll see that there's 11 of them. We can easily go and find it. Okay, and these are current for the past 4 years. So when 2020 left off with those legacy webinars, we picked up with ZENcast and other webinars. Okay, let's go on. Upcoming, we have ZENworks MDM in May. Is that right, Tomas?
Yes,
Yep.
ZENworks MDM. This is 2 days. The first day is set up in basics, and the second day is then playing configuring the devices and so deep dive and all what you need to connect your devices to the outside.
As
Yeah.
you explained, yeah, that's awesome. So that gives them a little
Mm.
um, practical use case by doing their own machines or their own mobiles and stuff. So that's great.
Yeah.
Um, and then you have the developer conference. If this it says register here, it's already passed. But if you do the register here, you'll be able to see the presentations. And it
Mm.
isn't just a conference from OpenText. The it also has the developer conference also has customers presenting their environment and what they've done to resolve issues. So be aware that those that could be an asset to you as well. All right. Well, Tomas, thank you so much for your time today and being able to come aboard and give us some insight on what you've experienced with your customers as being a partner from the partner side and your dedication and support for getting this training rolling and being a partner with us, a premium partner with us. I appreciate
Yeah.
your
Thank you.
time today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we hope to have some of this training come out. You know, we don't have a timeline yet, but know that it's in the works, and we have done a particular. We've done a first release, a beta release on the product, and we're trying to get the base down. So it is coming. So thank you very much, Tomas. I appreciate your time, and we'll have you
Thank
back
you, Paul.
another time, huh?
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hmm.
All right.
Cheers.
The next ZENcast is May 7th. We're going to be covering, yeah, ZSD 24.2 will be out, so we'll do a quick install of 24.2. It'll be real quick, but I'm going to be focusing on branding and customizing ZSD at that point because we'll have so much time. The upgrade will go real quick, and then what's new in ZSD and covering in customizing it for your environment, what you can do, and the cookbook and so forth and that will be May 7th. And I have nothing else. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you and stay safe. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Tomas.